In this video we take a look at decreased stitches. Stay with me and I'll show you how. There are many ways to decrease stitches. In this video I'm going to demonstrate two: knit two together and slip slip knit. These stitches have what's known as a left lean or a right lean, where the ridges are more prominent on one side. With the knit two together, we can see that it leans more to the left. With the slip slip knit, it leans towards the right. So if you're decreasing a piece and you want it to be symmetrical, you would use one side and one the other. For these demonstrations, I'm using a stocking stitch with a garter stitch border. So let's get started. We'll begin with knit two together. You can put in this decrease anywhere in the row, including right at the beginning. I'm going to put mine in on the inside of the two stitches on the edge. To begin, we knit the first two stitches. Now to do our decrease, we come to the second loop on our needle and we come through knitwise and carry on through the next stitch. So we've come through two stitches. Yarn over, pull through those two stitches and remove both loops from the needle. We carry on knitting across the row until we have 4 stitches left. Now we come to our next decrease, where we knit these two together. We come in behind the second stitch, knitwise, and carry on through the first stitch. Yarn over, pull through both loops, and pull both loops off the needle, and knit till the end of the row. On the back side of our work we knit 2, purl across until the last 2, and knit the final 2. And on the right side of our work we make more decreased stitches. We begin by knitting 2, and to make our decrease we knit through the second stitch and through the first. Yarn over, pull through both loops, and pull both loops off the needle, and carry on knitting across the row until the final 4 stitches. Now to do our next decrease, we knit these two together. We come behind the second stitch, come through and to the first stitch, yarn over, pull through both loops, and pull both loops off the needle, and knit the rest of the row. And on the back side we knit 2, purl across, and knit the final 2. Now on the right side of our work we knit the first 2, then we decrease, coming through the next 2, knitting both together. Knit across until the last 4 stitches. We decrease, coming through the next 2 stitches, knitting them together, and knit the last 2. And on the back side we knit 2, purl across, and knit 2. And that's how to knit 2 together. Now let's take a look at the slip slip knit decrease. I've knitted a few rows of garter stitch, and again this stitch can be done anywhere, including the very beginning and end of the row. Once more, I'm going to do it after the first 2 stitches and before the last 2. We begin by knitting 2. Now to make our decrease, we slip the next 2 stitches knitwise. We come into the stitch as though to knit and slip it off the needle. We then take our right needle and we come back through those 2 stitches at the front as though to purl. Yarn over and pull it through the 2 loops. And we slip those 2 loops off the right needle. We carry on knitting along the row until we come to the last 4 stitches. And now we're ready to do our next decrease. We slip the next 2 stitches knitwise. We come back through those stitches with the right needle at the front. We yarn over and pull it through those 2 loops. And remove those loops from the needle. And knit the last 2 stitches. On the back side of the work, we knit 2. We purl across until the last 2. And knit the last 2. And at the front of our work, we're ready to do more decreases. We knit the first 2. And now to decrease, we slip the next 2 stitches knitwise. We come back through those 2 stitches with our right needle. We yarn over, pull it through the 2 loops, and pull those loops off the needle. Carry on knitting until we have 4 stitches left. And to do our next decrease, we slip 2 stitches knitwise, come back through those 2 stitches with the right needle, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops, and pull off the needle, and knit the final 2 stitches. And on the back side we knit 2, purl across, and knit the last 2. And on the front side we do more decreases. We knit the first 2. To do our decrease, we slip the next 2 stitches knitwise. We come back through those 2 stitches and we knit those together. Knit across the row until we have 4 stitches. And for our next decrease, slip 2 knitwise. Come back through those 2 stitches and knit them together. And knit the next 2. And on the back side we knit 2, purl across the row, and knit the last 2. And that's the slip, slip, knit, decrease. And that's how to do decrease stitches.